Good afternoon, June 30th. Lemon law, the tampering defense that the manufacturers are raising more and more and more. If you have a lemon law claim and the manufacturer can in any way accuse you of tampering with the vehicle to falsely simulate the defect in the car, they're going to. Let me tell you that this video applies to certain people specifically and certain types of cars specifically. BMW raises the tampering defense all the time, even when they shouldn't. I've also seen Mercedes raise the tampering defense, but BMW particularly raises the tampering defense. Who do they raise it on? They raise it on younger males who are driving BMW cars. I guess BMW wants to sell or lease cars to younger males, but they don't want to buy the cars back when the cars turn out to be lemons. Now, you have to understand what the tampering defense is. Now, please understand there are situations, and they're well documented and they're well known, when people have tampered with their cars to try to fake a lemon law claim, and that's obviously fraudulent. If you have tampered with your car, please don't come to my office. We don't want your business. But if you have a legitimate lemon law claim where there's been a defect in the car, yes, then please come to my office because we do want your business. I just want to warn you that particularly if you are a younger male and you have a lemon law claim, you've bought a car, particularly a BMW, and it has defects, do not be surprised and do not be upset if they decide to accuse you of tampering. Now, what can you do to basically short circuit or try to reduce the tampering defense if someone levels it against you? First of all, be very, very careful in presenting the car to the dealership. When you present the car to the dealership, be very clear in how you're describing the problem with the car. So when there's no question that you are presenting the car for exactly the same problem, repeatedly. Number two is make sure that you document the condition of the car at all times, and by document the condition, not only look around it because that's going to be your testimony, but also take pictures. Raise the hood and take pictures. Do these types of things so you have your own record of the condition of the car to make sure that if they raise the tampering defense and if they mess around with the evidence, and I'm involved in a case right now where the dealership and BMW messed around with the evidence. So this is something that you have to remember. These are not necessarily honest brokers. If they decide to raise the tampering defense and they don't think the tampering defense is strong enough, they will go out and they will try to manufacture evidence to point to you as a tamperer, even if it's false. Number three, something I recommend is bring the car back to the same dealership over and over again. When people do tamper with the car, one thing that they try to do, or one thing that they frequently do, is they bring the car to all different dealerships all around. And this way it makes it, so dealership number one doesn't necessarily know what dealership number two did, and so forth and so on. Makes it easier to assert the tampering defense. Number four, and this is very important, if someone accuses you of tampering, if, for instance, you brought the car back several times and someone at a dealership accuses you of tampering, write a certified letter to the manufacturer and to the dealer. Hopefully you've been taking it back to the same dealer. And just say, I have not tampered with this car. I invite you to bring out your best technical expert or engineer at a time that we can agree upon, and let's go to the dealership and let's have a full inspection of the car, and I will be there to videotape it, because I did not tamper with this car. All right, if you do that, what you're doing is you're short-circuiting, you're cutting off their opportunity to say that you're some sneaky criminal type tampering type of guy. You're being upfront, you're being on the level, you're saying, come on, let's go, let's get this car back into the dealership. You bring your top technicians there. I want to videotape it. You have a right to videotape it, obviously, it's your car. But you do any inspection you want, you do any test you want, because you want to be able to prove to them that you did not tamper with the car, or you at least want to give them the opportunity to prove to themselves that you did not tamper with the car. Let me tell you something. Tampering is a defense that the manufacturers and the dealerships like to use in lemon law cases if they think they can get away with it. You want to cut them off at the pass. You do not want to give them the opportunity to raise a tampering defense because it makes your case a lot more complicated, a lot more costly, a lot more time consuming. So anyway, those are my words of wisdom for today on the tampering defense and how to deal with it, how to cut it off at the pass. I hope it's been useful, and I hope you're having a good summer.